Hey guys, what's up? It's Sajidun here, Saj for short, and today I'm got another cooking video for you. I'll be making a delicious and spicy, well, mildly spicy dal, which is a lentil. It's basically cooked lentils. It's kind of like a soup. It's very, very nice, very warming. It's almost like you're getting a cuddle or a hug, something which I don't get very often. Yeah. But it's just a really nice dish. Very, very good. Quite healthy as well. Lentils, as you may be aware of, decently protein, 1 every 5 a day. So what's not to love? Seriously, it's quite cheap as well. Lentils proportion is not as expensive as you'd think of, like chicken or beef or any other meat. So it's quite loved by vegetarians and non-veg as well. So I thought, why not make it for you today? So yeah. Anyways, let's get right into it. But before that, you know the drill. If you do like anything I say, please do sub and turn on notifications, like, comment, all that good juicy stuff.
Hold up!
Let's get right into it. Okay, so first up we have 1 cup of lentils. Should be about 100 grams or so. The ingredients very, very, very good. I love it so much. It's really filling, it's high in protein like I said. I think per 100 grams, 23 grams of protein. Incredible. Basically a protein shake in just 1 cup of rice, in a cup of lentils. Beautiful. And it's part of your 5-day. What's not to love about that, like I said earlier? And it's relatively cheap, so why not? And then we got the base of most curries, which is 2 onions and 4 to 6 cloves of garlic. However, I'm using a garlic cube, which suffices for that. A frozen garlic cube to be precise. You can use either. I'm using garlic cube for convenience. Next up, we have a small bunch of curry leaves. Make that mistake all the time. I mean, I've never really smoked the curry leaves, so I mean, who knows? Maybe it might be good. Next up, we have a splash of whole or coconut milk. I'm using whole. I have coconut milk upstairs, but I just can't be asked to do it. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I can't be asked to get it. Next up, we have 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Like I said in the spices video, it's very, very good for anti-inflammatory purposes, and it just gives it the color, the yellow color, and a nice earthy flavor. And it's a bit bitter too, so it kind of contracts with the sweetness of the onions and the lentils and the milk. Very good. Next up, we have the final ingredient, which is 2 teaspoons of ground peppercorns. However, what I have is a mix of peppercorns and cumin. So you grind that up nicely. It's it's not as, it's quite different to your normal peppercorns. Extra flavor is very, very nice. So I think you should give it a go if you want to, but don't worry. Okay, so like every other curry video I've made so far, you always start by prepping up the vegetables. This means chopping up your onions and garlic if you're using garlic cloves. Like I said, I'm using garlic frozen cubes, so I don't need to prep it, I can just leave it at that. Next up, you want to cut the onions into nice thin strips, and you want to wash the lentils in cold water because it's nice and it's quite starchy. It's got a bunch of random grit, all that stuff you do not want. It ruins flavor and the taste and the texture, all that stuff. So you just want to wash it, get rid of it, wash it a few times just to make sure it's completely got rid of most of all the bad stuff that you don't want. Next up, the finger method. This is what I like to do.
That's what she said!
First up, you grab a single woman or your girlfriend and just stick it. Basically what you do is this is just a simple Asian test. Emphasis on Asian. Asian test on see how much water you need for your lentil. So you grab your lentil, pat it down so it's nice and flat on the surface, then stick your finger in, and where you see the join marks, so say for example it's half of what, like an index finger, if that makes sense. You've probably seen the video when I show you later. So you just stick it in and see how much water is it, how much of lentil covers your finger. Add double that. So if it covers half your index finger, cover full index, that makes sense. But the more simpler method that you probably prefer, 1 cup lentils to 2 cup water. Very nice, and I don't know why we do the Asian way. Well, I mean, I said it we're Asian, but I don't know why we do it. We just do it. Seems to work perfectly every time. You can do that, or you can just do stick to simplicity, stick to what you know. 1 cup lentils, 2 cup water. Simple. Same as rice. 1 cup rice, 2 cup water. Exactly the same. Don't need to worry about it. Now that you have measured and added water to the lentils, whack it on the stove, medium to high heat for about until it cooks really. And during that time, you want to add your lentils, onions, and if you're using garlic cloves, whack it on there. They'll all cook together at the same time, so they're nice and soft. And you do that until the lentils are cooked, like I said, or the water runs dry. Well, not dry, but until the water's evaporated. And you add your chili in this during that time as well. You cut the chili in half and just whack it in so it actually releases the flavor. If you don't want to add chili, it's fair enough, but it won't be as nice. Chili gives it a nice kick. not as dull and bland as other lentil dishes go, so it's quite nice. So if you want to make sure you know when it's ready, what I normally do is just let it overflow. It's a bit strange, I know you have to clean it up, but you don't have to do it, but what I do, I just let it overflow, so I know that once it's done, once it's overflowed, I know it's basically cooked, it's nearly there. But another way you can do it, if you don't want it, you can put it on a lower heat every now and then, take it off the lid, if you can take it out, take some out, blow it, make sure it cools down and blow it, just squeeze it between your hands. It should disintegrate or just crush quite easily. That's when you know it's really cooked. Because if it's like a bit hard, then you know it's not cooked, because the point of lentils is nice and soft. You don't have to chew that hard to it, it just melts in your mouth basically. Like a What's It's like What's It's. I'm joking, it's nothing like What's It's. Do not compare it to What's It's ever again. I'm very sorry to every single Asian out there. It's not like What's It's at all, please forgive me. That's what you want to do, you just want to squeeze it between your hands to see if it cooks or not. Next up, once it actually is cooked, you can add your garlic cube. Add the garlic cube if you're using garlic cubes. I am, so I'm using garlic cube. Whack it in. Put the lid back on, leave it to cook for a few more minutes because it's not fully cooked. It's like halfway there. Yeah, and then you want to mix it, and then once it's nicely mixed, add in your turmeric to make sure you actually get that nice yellow color, and add your milk as well. The turmeric, like I said, adds the yellow color and the anti-inflammatory, all that stuff. Milk gives it a bit of volume, and it's just balance out the bitterness from the turmeric. And you want to let it cook off. Now, I haven't added salt yet, and the reason for that is because you want to get it to that desired consistency you want. Like I said, lentils can be like a soup. It can have that soupy texture, so it's quite liquidy, got a bit of bits in it, which is what we like in Asia. So you want to cook it until you get that desired consistency, until it's either nice and runny or quite thick. Lentils isn't as good thick. It doesn't really go down easily. Because lentils can be used as a side or main dish. If you're using it for a side dish, it's nice. It's generally easy to eat when it's runny, so that it mixes quite well, incorporates with all your other food as well, so it's quite nice. If you have it as main, you can always add a bit of roti, naan bread, and just eat it like that. It's quite nice. Yeah, you just want to add salt until you get that desired consistency. So I like it a bit runny, not too thick, not too thin. It's like the Goldilocks person, I forgot what her name is. The one that stole the food from bears, because she's a little brat, I forgot what her name is, but you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. But yeah, once you add the salt to the consistency you want, now you can just add the pepper and cumin mix, and just mix it every now and then. We'll mix it, take it off the stove, and bang, you're done. Pretty simple, isn't it? Also, if you want to add garnish to it, which is something that not many people do, what you can do in a separate pan, add a bit of oil, heat it up, add a bit of mustard seeds, wait for it to pop and crack. Like I said, when you make the base of most dishes, oil, mustard seeds, and when it cracks, add in a few onions and fry it off so it's nice and brown. Like properly brown. So it's nice and crispy, it's beautiful, delicious, lovely. And what you just do, let it cool down if you want, and sprinkle on top. Add the bit of oil, make it into a nice design with the mustard seeds. Present it like that. It's actually really nice. It's crazy how much it makes it look better. It's honestly amazing. And it just tastes quite nice. I mean, if you want, you can have fried onions on dessert. No, it's like, you can eat like chips. And there you go, guys. Just like that, we have completed a beautiful lentils right there. Lovely. I'd love to see that. So that's a simple dish of dal. It's mostly eaten in, I think it's northern India if I'm correct. Might be wrong, maybe northern eastern India. I mean, it's eaten quite commonly in the whole of India and most parts of Sri Lanka. So yeah, how long did it take to make this meal? Like half an hour or something like that? It's not even that, it's not quite long, it's quite a simple meal. Hence why I make it as a student, I don't have time. So I'm pretty sure as busy adults or fellow students like myself, give this a go. It shouldn't be that hard to make, it shouldn't be that hard to find the ingredients for as well. It was like 6 or 7 ingredients, so when you weekly shop. I mean, most of these ingredients will probably be part of your weekly shop, because you most likely use lentils, probably do use lentils, you probably have milk. You know, I'm sure the spices aren't that common in your weekly shop, but you know, give it a go. If you have it with, if you use it as a side, I use it as a side for some of my meat dishes, like pork curry, chicken curry, mutton curry, those kind of meats. Lentils is a great way to add, just kind of switch up, if that makes sense. Not just have chicken curry on its own, you can have less chicken curry, more lentils, you know, even up, if that makes sense. And it's just pure protein overload, 23 grams of protein per 100 grams in just that serving. So if your serving's got 50 grams, 13 grams in one serving, what's not to love? Beautiful. So yeah, that's it really. So yeah, thank you all. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did find any use in this video, please do let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that beautiful stuff. Turn on notification bells if you don't want to miss any more future content that I plan on making. I do plan on making more Western foods as well. I might start with a bit of, I might do a bit of sweet tooth because I want an excuse to eat sugary foods. So yeah, even though I'm meant to be clean bulking, emphasis on clean, it's not clean at all, I'm just eating whatever I can get on my hands on really. But yeah, that's all it is. If you do have any comments, questions, recommendations or what I should make, or just want to leave out our feedback, just like I said, comments below. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I will leave links to in the card. I don't know which way this is, I'm sorry. In the cards and in the link description below. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And if I don't see you again, have a good morning, good evening and good night.